Right back with a new Division video. How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now, in this video, what we're going to talk about in the Division 2 is what the game needs through the course of Year 3, leading up to the Division 3 when it comes out either in a year or 2 years' time. Now, I'm not really going to talk about PvP or PP game modes or PvE or PvE game modes. However, a little bit of it would sort of intertwine with that going forward if we were to get any expansions or any of those things. But what I'm going to do now is give just a quick recap on where I'm going with this video. So when the Division 2 first launched and we got to level 30, you know, of course we then had to go and do strongholds, right? And we were going up world tiers. Now, world tiers in the Division 2 were rushed very quickly, and I think this is the reason why this game, one of the reasons why this game's not actually doing so well. Now, hear me out. Now, world tier 1, you do that, you're level 30 gear score something, you reach that level 2, up until the Tidal Basin, you complete that, you're still level 30, the highest, going for the highest gear score level, right? Well, it took a year later and we got power level 40, so gear scores then scrapped unless you were still level 30, right? But we went straight to level 40. And that was needed for several months. That should have been like mid-year, right? That power level increase. Now again, I think you know where I'm going with this, but I know loot quality isn't the best at the moment and continuously needs addressing, right? But what we need going forward for year 3, a brand new world tier, right? That world tier being legendary content. Now, when I say legendary content, what I mean by that is all missions in New York and DC become legendary. The strongholds remain legendary. The strongholds remain being White Tusk only. However, the normal missions, just like Summit, bring normal factions up to legendary difficulty. Going from that, what I would also say is level 5 control points being legendary. Activities in the open world being legendary. But to come with that level, we need another power level increase. Now, that in return comes with loot. Now, again, I was originally proposing level 50, but then I thought about it after talking to some other people that was actually agreeing with what I was saying, right? About what we needed. But I thought, well, hold on a minute, because in about a day or two or under 10 hours, the most hardcore player will reach level 50 very quickly. What the devs should do is give us 20 to 30 levels, right? Straight up from level 40 to level 70 or something like that, right? So effectively 2 months works out to 10 levels or 3 months works out to 10 levels, right? Combined together. So say we get to go up to power level 70 in March, yeah? It's going to take a little bit longer to get there, unless you use directives and XP gets readjusted. But, you know, it'll make the community refarm because the grind is not there in the Division 2 at the moment because there's nothing to grind for. There's really not. When we got Warlords of New York, that was a year of builds we had previous, and we had to go refarm, right? So again, what I'm proposing is we get that again. The current shade leveling gets paused, right? So you don't lose your shade levels. What happens? It pauses. So you work your way from level 40 to level 70, right? As soon as you become level 70 again, you go back to shade leveling. And the resource that comes out and your levels then continue to go back up. Or what they can give us is again, this is only an example. Another 70 or up to level 70. Then we go gear score, right? We go back to going on gear score. A few months later, gear score increase again. That's what I think should happen. Another thing, at the same time me talking about this with a lot of people on Twitter the other day, Coldboy actually was doing a similar thing. And, you know, I said to him, oh, what about this concept? And he was like, you know, yeah. Because it was mine and his concept together. Stat rolls on brand sets and gear sets should increase with a new world difficulty. Now, there's an example I'm going to put on the screen now. And Coldboy's example was Sokolov gear would be 20% SMG damage, 30% crit damage, and 20% crit chance. And Golan could be 20% status effects, 2% armor regen, 10% total armor. You know, that would almost go back to the Division 1 a little bit. You know, later down the line when we've got classified gear sets, we've got the increments of extra stats, for example, right? But this time for the Division 2, I don't ever want to see classified gear sets come back because they were terrible. But, you know, that's my opinion on that. But, you know, again, new difficulty. Again, this would coincide with what I said earlier, where the developers would have to look at gear again and the loot and the way rolls are dropping to rebalance how Coldboy's example would work. But I think it would work with what I'm proposing. And a part of me is also saying this is what the ETF should be doing, to be fair. Anyway, the last example I'm going to give is the Division 1. I've probably already said it, but, you know, by the end of the Division 1, we were going towards the highest gear score levels for weapons and gear. We got the optimization table, right? Now, I'm bringing this up because it's a very good reason. I know the devs are looking into the costs of it, so it can get tweaked. However, what needs to happen is what sort of me and Coldboy are sort of saying, we go back on the grind, you go back on the grind, it then makes use of the optimization table that's probably not really getting used that much right now because of costs. But it makes sense for us to go on this new power level, go for new level gear as well. And it'll just work out. It'll prolong the game for another year and a half. If we get, I don't know, as I'm saying, another power level. So towards the end of the year again, I don't know, September time. And just another little power level. You know, it's just my proposal. I know a lot of people might not like it. I know a lot of people will like it. But just, I don't know, leave your thoughts down below. What do you think? Because, you know, I spoke to a few people and we've sort of agreed on this. I've sort of put it at the devs. So, yeah, let me know. Anyway, this video I feel has gone on too long now. So, see you later and stay safe. Peace.